So what are the black swans that could present themselves in 2024 and 2025?
So everyone that I've been talking to that's an entrepreneur, all of us feel like something is happening, but no one is talking about it. It kind of feels like 2020, but we haven't had COVID present itself. So number one, a major cyber attack. We'll talk about the Netflix and Facebook stuff later, but major cyber attack one. Taiwan had the earthquake issue. Number three, labor migration issue. Number four, interest rate inflation. Political deglobalization, energy, and then China unraveling if we don't come to terms together and find a way to have a healthy partnership. So I think the cyber attack could be number one. I know a lot of companies are talking about data being breached. I'm going to be honest with you. I think a lot of these companies are selling their data because they need the revenue. But there are some major cyber attacks that have happened, like the one in Vegas last year, and I think there'll be another one this year. So those are the main ones that we have to worry about. But my biggest fear, if a couple of these happen together, like a extreme weather event tied together with a cyber attack, interest rates adjust too much, the bond market adjusts too fast, I think it can cause hell on earth for the next 18 to 24 months. But what do you guys think?
I think it's interesting especially when you talked about the Taiwan situation, because it's been in the news, and I feel like something's happening. The way that the United States has prepared TSM to have foundries built in Arizona. Today, we saw that the $6.6 billion incentives are going to be given to them. I feel like something is brewing.
Something's brewing.
And Wall Street Journal produced an article about the impact if something was to happen. When we're talking about catastrophic events, that invasion would be catastrophic not only for their economy, but the world's economy. When you think about, especially the companies that we talk about, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, all of them are clients and customers. So you can imagine if something happens to one of these foundries or these semiconductor plants, if something happens, we're talking like catastrophic measurements are going to be shown throughout the economy, especially in the tech space, for sure. So that's interesting. We saw that Secretary Yellen is in China today. So anytime you start seeing moving pieces like that, I think it's important. The other one is, I mean, I felt like we had a black swan, right? When we saw the pandemic, when we saw the coronavirus, or the alleged coronavirus, right? So I noticed that you didn't put that in there because I've been hearing reports. I'm not sure if you saw. I'm sure you saw. You see everything. This suspected bird flu that could be.
Oh yeah, I forgot to even mention that. Yeah.
I'm like, do you think you said cyber attack, but could it be a bio attack again, or allegedly?
Could be. Could be. Listen, lightning struck the Statue of Liberty. Y'all had an earthquake. TSM could have an earthquake throughout the entire market, and Caitlin Clark lost all in 1 week. Spooky hours, yo. Like, shout to Dawn Staley, one of the greatest of all time.
Shout out to South Carolina.
Shit feels weird. It's something like the market is steadily climbing, have a slow pullback and a climb back up, and everyone wants to act as if nothing is really going on. The bird flu issue is, of course, one geopolitical stuff. Like, Alibaba still has not moved. I haven't seen a picture of Jack Ma in 2.5 years.
He has, it's because every time you look, even from a standpoint of a technical, when you look at the technicals, if you listen around, there's a common consensus that it's going to rebound. Next 3 months. It's been going on for like three years now, and we just haven't seen it.
Yeah, we haven't seen it.
Then there was the talks of them dividing into 6 companies, and we thought, all right, that could be beneficial. And then that gets axed. You talked about the leadership. There's something interesting going on with that company that I can't figure out. So it makes it very tough to look into it to say, all right, this is something I want to invest in, or even put a call or a short on. It's just too risky for me.
Yeah, can't do it. Keep your eyes open. Black swan events come at a time when you don't expect them. I know the doom and gloomers are going crazy right now, but as an investor, you always have to write down first. And this one thing that I love that you do, Rashad, like, what can kill the deal? Like, what can make the market fall apart? You have to know that first before you know the upside. Protect for the downside first, but write down 20 scenarios that could happen that can negatively affect the market, what price you would want to get in, and then take advantage of it for sure. But in 2019, when we kept hitting these new highs, I remember being on the trading call with Red Panda, then like feels like something coming, and then February happened. I remember Drew telling me, hey, I was on a plane, he got sick, deathly, like 3 weeks he had a flu, and then here comes coronavirus. So keep your eyes open. Something's happening. I don't know what it is. Maybe Robert F. Kennedy will tell us after he doesn't win the election, but things are bad. Like Rock went on Fox News and said, I don't endorse Biden. I told you the Republicans came for him.
Right. They had the weekend too with that WrestleMania though.
Absolutely. But think about that even in perspective of InvestFest. The Friday night event, record view 16,000, but InvestFest at 20,000 easy.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen that. I you grow up watching it. It was always like that Sunday. And this year it was like a 3-day event on Saturday. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it was different.
Big time money.
Oh, so what happened? You said 16,000 people came to the WrestleMania?
Yeah, to the Friday night NXT event, which is like a record for them. But in comparison, InvestFest been at 20-something thousand.
Yeah, so they made it a 3-day week. So inside of an arena for Friday. Then they had the Eagle Stadium for Saturday.
Yep.
It was like 80,000. And they did it again Sunday with another 80,000. So big numbers. And
I know I put on Twitter, I know it may not be reflected in the stock price, but we have to have a conversation. Triple H and The Rock may have to get an award for best turnaround CEO, and Triple H may have to get an award for best finesser of all time. You took Vince McMahon's daughter, married her, took the company from him with BlackRock, and now put out the scandal on him, and now you reign supreme.
And they brought everybody back, man. Yeah,
hey, got to.
You got The Rock showing up in every city, which helps attendance and you could bring up the prices. You brought the Undertaker back. You brought John Cena back. It was all
you gotta do is bring back Austin.
If that was the one that was missing.
That was the only one.